Last couple of segments of the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. We're going to go back to your calls in just a minute, 888-201-2244. But I want to touch on a couple of these stories, make sure we get to them. U.S. regulators close 3 more banks. Bank regulators closed 3 banks late on Friday. Community Bank of Arizona, Community Bank of Nevada, and Union Bank are all out of business. They're gone. Yeah, all right. Just, woo, another bank closure. Yeah. And that puts the official number of closures up to 77 this year, according to the FDIC, with more to come. And as this unruly, banking ridiculousness continues, remember, local banks are all going under, folks. They are consolidating power. As that happens, Citigroup refuses to talk about 2 of their employees and what they got pay. They say they're exempt from the pay review. Remember, they put all these loopholes in there. Remember, they told you, there's no more bonuses. We're coming down on these bankers. All a sick joke and a lie. Of course they're not. Of course they're not regulating anything. They're consolidating power. And that's why Citigroup just says, nope, can't see the numbers. Sorry, guys. This one may be the most interesting story of the day, at least in the tech news. And by the way, I fell asleep last night watching Hitler's stealth bomber from the History Channel. I've reported on it. I've talked about it. But this stealth bomber was made in the 40s. And, of course, it was a lot different than the stealth technology we have today. But they had a bunch of people who usually work on classified projects from Northrop Grumman reassembling this Nazi stealth fighter that basically had this really smooth wooden shell. And it was very informative and super interesting. I suggest people check it out. Anyway, IBM uses DNA to make next-generation microchips. When we talk about the technopoly here, we mean it, okay? International Business Machine Corporation is looking to the building blocks of our body's DNA to be the structure of next-generation microchips. As chip makers compete to develop ever smaller chips at cheaper prices, designers are struggling to cut costs. Artificial DNA nanostructures, or DNA origami. See, that's what the nano DNA is. DNA origami may provide a cheap framework on which to build tiny microchips, according to a paper published on Sunday in the Journal of Nature Nanotechnology. Microchips are used in computers, cell phones, and other electronic devices. This is the first demonstration of using biological molecules to help with processing in semiconductor industry. IBM research manager Spike Narayan said in an interview with Reuters. Basically, this is telling us that the biological structures like DNA actually offer some very reproducible, repetitive kinds of patterns that we can actually leverage in semiconductor processes, he said. Man is merging with machine, folks. When they talk about a worldwide mind, they mean it. And when IBM says they're using DNA to make next-generation microchips, you better believe it's already happened on some level, maybe by someone outside of IBM, maybe in a Black Ops program. All right, Chris in New Jersey, you are on the line, sir. What's on your mind, Chris?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Good, man.
Hey, I'm a long-time fan, long-timer. I love you and Alex. Actually, Alex woke me up in 1999 when I was serving in Fort Hood, Texas.
Excellent.
I was turning on the local radio station there, and I heard Alex Jones talking. The first, 2 days, I thought he was crazy. But then I started listening. I'm like, wow, I'm getting ready to deploy over here to Iraq. So I started taking it seriously. And all the stuff that he showed me, right after Iraq, or right after 9/11, he was putting forth some great information. Some of his shows were some of his best the week after 9/11.
Yeah, no, I've seen some of those shows, and, those did help to wake me up. I came across, Alex Jones is really the one responsible for waking me up as well, so I can definitely relate. I mean, I woke up to 9/11 Truth before I came to Alex Jones, just kind of researching it myself and looking into the timelines that were being put out there, the NORAD stuff. But I would say probably about 3-4 weeks in, I came across Road to Tyranny, and it blew my mind, and instantly I needed to find out more information. Went to the Infowars.com website. Back in the day, a lot of that information was too heavy for even me, especially when I was first waking up. But like you said, you start listening, you start looking, and, 95% of the information is very easily, not how do I say this? You can look at 95% of the information. It's very easy to access the source material and find out that what he's talking about is the truth. It's very easy to verify this stuff. And it's almost scary when you start verifying that this was reported in the New York Post, by the Associated Press, by Reuters. It's not just Alex Jones talking about it.
Yeah, but you guys have credibility with that. Like, if you make a claim in a movie that it's coming from this article, that article exists. Just Google and you'll find it. And that even makes it even a scarier movie than what it is. And I always give the links out to my friends, because you guys put them for free. They're such good guys over there. I put these films out for free. I just email them to everybody. And, get many people just to watch these films just through my email group. And I tell them, if you really liked it, buy it and clone some and hand them out to other people.
Yeah.
So, I'm doing
Listen,
my
I don't even want people's money, man. I want people's minds. Obviously, we need money to run these operations, to board ups, but we need to open their minds. And the biggest tool, in my opinion, to opening up minds is film. People don't read anymore. It is the medium of the now and really the medium of the future. And that's why these movies are so effective. That's why the Obama deception actually does shake the establishment up a bit. They don't like the fact that it's gotten millions of views. They don't like the fact that it's been put into separate languages by fans. They don't like the fact that Chilean television is doing stories on this. They don't like the fact that Opie and Anthony spent an hour on the movie. They don't like that. They don't like that Loose Change was on the cover of Time magazine and Vanity Fair on the 5th anniversary of 9/11. So, we got to keep trucking with this information. We got to keep it up, and we got to really up the game with our films, and that's what I'm trying to do with my next film, Invisible Empire.
Yeah, I got two things for you. I got an idea for you with Invisible Empire. Maybe you can use that Obama poster with him, looking like the Joker. Maybe you make that the DVD.
Well, it is going to make a small appearance in the trailer so far. You are going to see some Obama posters in the trailer of Invisible Empire. Whether it actually makes it into the film, we'll see. But
make it the cover of the film. Think that would be.
I still got to do my cover. I'm working on some ideas, but the movie is the most important thing. What else you got for me, buddy?
The last thing I was going to ask you about Rand Paul. He's just going to be running in Kentucky in this year's midterm. How do you think his father is going to help him? I definitely know that he has more credibility just because he stands for a lot of the same stuff his father stands for. So it's kind of like we know who he is already.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you know what? He does stand for most of those politics. I hope he gets in. I really hope that he's able to ride that Ron Paul bandwagon so that when Ron Paul does eventually leave us, the man is in his 70s. I don't want to say that he's in the twilight of his life, but he's definitely no spring chicken. We need other people to bring that Ron Paul message out. And, people want to diss Ron Paul within this movement because they don't feel he goes far enough on certain issues. Look, he is one of the sole voices in Congress that has told the truth, that continues to tell the truth, and that continues to strive for personal civil liberties for us, United States citizens in this country. So I support him 110%. I thank you for the call, Chris, and I thank you for the support. John in Missouri. John, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hey, Bermas. I got a quick comment question for you. I've been slapping up these posters all over. And you know how Jones also put up those Bush posters online?
Yes.
Well, what I did is what I've started doing now is I combined the Obama and Bush images on Photoshop and then put, Infowarrior and all the isms and I even put my own saying under one of them, and that's two jokers, same game. But I'm gonna put those up on the forum if anybody wants to use them also. But
very cool.
I was going to ask you, have you ever seen this? I was watching movies the other day, and have you ever seen this movie Equilibrium? Christian Bale in it.
I think I have Equilibrium. I don't think I've watched it. I'm one of these pack rat guys that gets as much information as I possibly can, but I don't necessarily always look into it. Well, what's the point of the film?
Well, it's supposed to be in like a future world government, like a fascist regime has deemed that it's after World War III, and they've said that emotions are the reason for all war. So they've banned books, emotion, art, music, anything, and it's punishable by death, and they make everybody take a...
Well, John, I guess I'm going to have to check this out because it sounds like a modern, 1984 Brave New World type picture. I thank you for the call. Alex Jones now joining us, and, we just had a caller. The last caller was telling us how he has taken this image, the fascist Bush Joker image that is available in T-shirt form over at Infowars.com, right now, and he basically halved it with the Obama image, and he's putting those up all over the place now, Alex. He's going to also make them available on the forums as this campaign has really taken off.
Yeah, there's a lot of different facets to this, and tomorrow I'm going to discuss it from 11 to 3, and amongst the other guests we have on. We do have this flyer you can download. It's up on Infowars.com and PrisonPundit.com. I'm trying to get the webmaster to add this one to the main Obama page where we have all the different variants of the Obama Joker with fascist, New World Order, Infowars.com, socialist. And yes, we do have these all available as well in T-shirts, but we have the downloads of these. And I would challenge him, or I guess I can ask my graphics lady, because we've heard that idea from listeners before, and that is a good idea that I forgot to relay to our webmaster, is to make a flyer that is a split image to shatter the left-right paradigm.